Good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to this webinar. First, I would like to thank Linda and Waybury for the organization of this event and for inviting me to share my experience. My name is Vanessa Vial. I'm working at Safran as a senior program manager, and I am in charge of the R&D activities on the propulsion technologies based on all thrusters for space application. I'm also the coordinator of several European development programs, and in particular the CHEOPS projects. And I'm going to talk today about the importance and role of the SMEs and startups in the project funded by the European Commission, and how they can contribute to the leadership and sovereignty of Europe in the space sector. But first, let me start with a short introduction on electropropulsion and on the space market. Did you know that nowadays European citizens use in average the services of roughly 40 satellites on a daily basis? They use it to make their life easier, to get informed, to relax, to work, and also to communicate, of course. But to make the services efficient, the satellites need to be precisely positioned. So many of them are equipped with a system. And since 10 years, the electric propulsion has replaced conventional chemical propulsion on board the satellites, thanks to their low propellant consumption, which enables to offer significant cost savings through the optimization of launch mass and configuration. Then in space, the propulsive systems are used to perform the transfer maneuver up to the operational orbit, and then over the operational lifetime of the satellite to maintain the position and deliver the good service. To date, around 1,000 satellites are in space, and further 70,000 satellites are forecast to be launched by the end of the decade. This space market booming is explained by the implementation of constellation. I'm sure you already heard about it, but also by the creation of new services, on-orbit services, such as data storage, debris removal, life extension of satellites, and also in the future with the emergence of new markets, such as the exploration, the transportation, or the asteroids exploitation. And Europe ambitions to position as a major actor on those various segments. So next. So the European Commission decided to implement some program. Linda talked about them, H2020 or Horizon Europe programs, in order to contribute to maintain the leadership and ensure the independence of Europe. So although the all-thruster technology is mature, there are still open questions and still place to innovation, and while some R&D activities are still carried out on this technology in order to support the industrials and make the solution and the technology more robust and more competitive, in order to answer to the short, mid, and long-term market needs. So that's precisely also the ambition of the CHEOPS projects. We mentioned, Linda mentioned the CHEOPS VHP, very high power project, but at Safran we have led 4 projects named CHEOPS, and we involved a lot of European partners that you can see on the map here. And the strength of this partnership is that it relies on various partners from different areas with different skills, and with a good equilibrium and balance between the industrials, the university and research centers, and the SMEs. So those SMEs are involved in many tasks of the activities, and I won't go into details in this slide, but you can see where these companies are involved. So we have some equipment developers, providers, such as CETAL and IST in the first part of the CHEOPS, in the first phase of the CHEOPS project. Bradford is also an equipment providers. And we also have Aerospatio, which is involved in the development of the tests, and also with Berry and SME for space for the activities of communication and dissemination. Okay, the space strategic roadmap of the European Commission is reflected in the Horizon Europe program, as I said, in the form of calls for tenders. And I'm gathering in this slide 4 points what the calls have in common, and the ways us as the stakeholders can address the associated challenges to lead to the success of Europe in this frame. So first, the leadership of Europe based on its capability to propose some competitive solutions to answer the worldwide market needs. And the projects funded by the European Commission are dedicated to identify the necessary needs and means and skills to support the industrials working in space areas by creating a favorable environment for that. The second point is that to maintain its place on the forefront of the worldwide space arena, the market shares shall be secured and the future needs shall be anticipated. And the key to success for this relies on the alignment of the different roadmaps of all the stakeholders, the industrial, the lower level suppliers, the Commission, startups, and so on. The third point is that, as you may be aware of this, surely, the space market is now a real business, and it's crucial to be on time and to be here before the others. So to do so, we need to change paradigms, proposing new and innovative novel approaches, be it in terms of development methodologies, in terms of numerical tools, sharing risks, and so on. And finally, in order to be viable on the long term and to have confidence in the end of our technologies or products, the European space ecosystem shall be sustainable. And that's exactly also one of the objectives of the European Commission, to identify the sectors to be developed and all the means and skill to implement. Okay, so from the previous slide, indicate here the main topics for which an industrial such as Safran needs support from the SMEs and startups. So I identified 3 main topics. The first one is relative to the critical technologies, the parts and processes. We need to develop and to be supported by relevant experts in this area in order to be able to dispose of an industrial tool compatible with high production rates and higher and higher production rates in the future, based on a consolidated and reliable supply chain. The second point, to be competitive, it's necessary also to dispose of components of the shelves, innovative technologies and manufacturing processes. And finally, to address the non-dependency of Europe, it's necessary also to secure the supply of materials, development of necessary processes, the components and subsystem under stress. There are some examples here. We can mention the electronic components, valves and tanks that needs to be further developed in Europe. The second important point is relative to the availability of test facilities. These test facilities are very important and because they enable to reproduce the launch condition, the launch and space conditions, space environment conditions, in order to be able to demonstrate the flight worthiness of our products on ground before the use in space. So some partners with vacuum facility and high vacuum capabilities, thermal and mechanical needs are crucial in the ecosystem, and together with the availability of diagnostic sensors or non-intrusive measurement to measure the behavior and to control and monitor it. The third point is relative to skills in some areas or domains that are generally not enough present in industries, such as fundamental and applied physics, artificial intelligence, and modeling. These activities and these domains are crucial in order to improve our understanding of the products during the development phase, and also, and it's very important, to contribute to limit the development time by proposing novel approaches and innovative methodologies in the frame of future developments. This is my last slide, on which I summarized on the left the approach at Safran for the partnership in the frame of European funded project. So you understood that we need to complement the skills with some expertise in a lot of domains. We also base our relationships on trust. It's very important for having long relationships and also to give confidence to our customers. And also it's very important to capitalize because we ambition to continue working on this activity and to base on our know-how to progress. And on the right, these are the important criteria to be respected. This is my point of view, to be eligible to the EU project. So the first one is mandatory. To belong to the list of the European countries is mandatory to be part of a European funded project. To propose non-dependent solutions, to also be sensitive and attracted by space science and its applications. The idea to cooperate also in a cross-fertilization approach is necessary. We need creativity, we need to propose disruptive approaches. That's why domains such as artificial intelligence and the development of digital twins, for example, is very important in our projects. Something very important is the agility. We know that the space market is in constant evolution. It evolves really rapidly and is also very dependent on the geopolitical situations, for example. And icing on the cake is the maturity of the partner, because sometimes some projects involve mature equipment for short-term applications, such as in-orbit demonstrator, for example. So if you are interested in, if you check all these lines, we will be happy to make you join our projects. And I propose that you send the information to Whitbury to help us to be in touch. Thank you very much.